Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, or I guess gentlemen and gentlemen, we are at the end of the season in a way. The regular season is over, and now we are in playoff contention. Um, Now, remember, there's no money in this league. The winner will have the first pick in the draft for next year, and then the runner-up will have the second pick, and then whoever wins, I think I don't remember exactly how it does it, but God damn, Jesus Christ. However, the winners uh, console whatever the consolation, whatever however wins the winner's consolation bracket will get the third pick. So this way, there's still like a little bit of competition, even if you get knocked out of the playoffs. I think. Can anybody get in the consolation thing, or is it only the? It might only be the actual teams that were in the playoffs. I don't know how it works. We'll look at it. It's labeled differently. It says winners consolation bracket. I think what it does is it takes from the consolation ladder, maybe, and puts it in there. I don't know, but yeah, like I said, we'll figure that out when we get there. Um, so I guess let's just jump into it. Maybe no. Well, okay. So hold on. So I was thinking about last place and like if they like what kind of punishment we could do. And something that kind of came to my mind was like, oh, the obvious thing is you could give the person that gets in last place the last pick in the round, in the first round. But then they get the second pick. Excuse me, they get the second pick in the next round, so it's really like back to back picks that you kind of set them up for. But what I was thinking is, and I mean, we don't really have to do it this year. The loser would be Josh, uh, little Asian toddler. But then I guess you could break it down from the consolation ladders and all that, and like whoever ends up losing that, I mean, could be the worst place team. I don't know. If we just look at it record wise, though, Asian Toddler is the worst team. So the other thing I was thinking, instead of the last pick, you could give last place the um, the middle pick. Since we're a 12-team league, they would have the sixth pick. So that way, they're just always in the middle. So I think it'd be a little unfair to do it for next year for right now, just because there wasn't really a last place stipulation. So I felt like if there was a stipulation, then maybe Josh and Tommy would have fought harder, which, to Tommy's credit, he fought harder than Josh. Um, yeah. Anyway, let's just jump into this. So what I'm doing is I'm ranking everybody's season. And it's been a long time since I did this. I'm probably like 5 power rankings behind, but like I said in my message, it's been a lot of stress with work and everything. We're so goddamn understaffed. Been working a lot of overtime, but yeah. So we're just gonna look at seasons. Placement doesn't necessarily have to do with anything. For example, just saying like Matt, he was ranked the seventh best team, but that doesn't necessarily mean that like and he missed the playoffs, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's gonna be like B or C. Like even even Tommy could have been an S. Like had Tommy had a worse season, but I don't know. So let's see who's first. Oh, that's me. We're gonna save mine for later. Who's this? Okay, actually, all right. Speaking of Tommy, here we go. So if you remember, me, Matt, Corey beat Ryan, and we had a little Triforce thing going on. But now Tommy has joined us, and we decided to make a little four square. And this is me passing to Tommy the knowledge to defeat Ryan. So Tommy only finished 2-11. He only beat Little Josh and Ryan, and he had a lot of injuries going on. He lost Chubb early. He lost Saquon Barkley in like week 2 or 3. But the thing about Tommy is he didn't really give up on his team. He kept trying to a certain degree. I will say that the Nick Chubb trade to Colin was a little bit bullshit. I feel like I probably should have vetoed Tommy getting rid of Chubb, but I don't know. Jonathan Taylor kind of played good in the last couple of games, so it seems like the trade kind of evened out. But Colin's team is definitely way better because he got Chubb. So yeah, that one's on me. I shouldn't have did that. I think Tommy is gonna get a C tier for his season, even though he didn't win a lot of games. We have to remember that Tommy basically gave up the last time he was in the league and dropped all of his fucking players and caused a big problem for Ryan having to manually set his lineup every week. So at least he didn't quit on us this time around. And he actually tried. He did a lot of trades and rebuilt his team a lot. He was very active. And for all that, I think Tommy's a solid seat here for the season. Hopefully he sticks around and doesn't get deterred for next year. All right, so up next is Collins, punk ass. He is our league leader now. Colin is 10-3. He overtook Corey's spot. He overtook Ryan's spot. He scored like 190 some points this last week. He's got the first round bye. He trade raped Tommy and got Nick Chubb. No, I don't know, he's got a really good team with Kyler Murray and Matthew Stafford, and then fucking Devontae Adams and Adam Thielen. If only I would have traded that man, George Kittle, before he got hurt. That could have been the only weakness that he would have. He would not have a good tight end because he wouldn't have had Hawkinson and he wouldn't have had Le'Veon Bell. Now, granted, Le'Veon Bell hasn't really been doing anything, but that's what he did. Hawkinson would have been one less weapon for him to have. I think overall, though, Collins definitely had an A-tier season. I don't even remember who all he lost to. He lost to me. I think he lost to Ryan. I don't remember, but Colin has unfortunately been one of the best teams, and he's got a lot to show for it. Like I said, he's 10-3. He's got a really strong roster. I don't really think he has a huge weakness besides, like, I guess technically his running back situation isn't that amazing. I mean, he has Josh Jacobs, but before acquiring Chubb, I mean, I guess he did have Jonathan Taylor for a while. I don't know. Colin, I guess, just doesn't really have any weakness, I guess. Even the damn Miami running back's been pretty good. So he's got a couple injuries, it looks like, but he'll probably be fine come his playoff round against either Rob or Schlofield. But yeah, Colin, solid A tier, pretty good season for him. I don't want to do me yet. We're gonna save that still. Lose this. All right. Next up, we have my favorite male cousin. We got Ryan. Like the Huskers, Ryan was really good at the beginning of the season. Remember, he hadn't lost a single game. He was the only undefeated team for a long time until he faced Matt. I guess you could say that once he lost to Matt, that's where things started to kind of go downhill from there. he lost to Matt. He lost to me. He lost to Corey. And I can't remember who else he lost to. He lost to Tommy. It says here he's got 5 losses. So who else did he lose to? I wonder if he lost to Colin. Let's see. Probably should have pulled this up. I don't even remember how to do this. Scoreboard. Oh wait, no, I go to schedule. All right, hold on. You know, I'm gonna pause this. We're gonna pause this real quick. Okay, it turns out Ryan also lost to Rob. I do not remember that happening. He lost to Rob 133 to 102. So, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, okay. So Ryan lost to Rob. I guess we should probably include Rob into our 4 squares and make up a little pentagon. But yeah, so Ryan quickly fell from grace. Corey began to overtake his his mantle as the best team, because Corey went on a huge win streak. Ryan lost in week 5 to Matt, so Ryan was on a 4-game win streak, right? Yeah, he won the first 4, then he lost to Matt, then he beat Nate, then he lost to Corey immediately, then he played Pat, and then he lost to me, then he played Asian Toddler, then he lost to Rob. Oh wow, look at Ryan's. Yeah, so ever since Ryan lost to Matt, he won one. He would win and then lose immediately. And that has continued. So he lost to Tommy, so that means he'll probably beat Corey, and then he'll lose to me in the playoffs, as it should be. But yeah, Corey though. Where's Corey at? Corey lost week 1 to Pat. And then he went on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He went on a 6-game win streak. Technically, he should have lost to me. I think I started. Or no, he beat me. He beat me fair and square week 2. But he went on a 6-game win streak. Then he lost to JoJo. And then 2-game win streak, lost to Colin, then lost to Pat, then lost to me. So Corey's been on a little losing streak here. But he was still good enough to make the playoffs. Like I said, he was our S tier for a long time. Oh my Jesus Christ. I think though overall, and we're talking too much about Corey now. What the hell? Ryan on the Ryan. We're gonna put Ryan in the B tier. Getting too many damn notifications right now for Facebook. Yeah, Ryan's gonna go in the B tier just because he lost to what some people in this league would argue to be the worst teams in the league. 3 of them, if not 4 of them now with Tommy. So yeah, just speak. And Ryan, he wasn't really himself this year. He didn't make a whole lot of crazy trades, so it didn't really feel like a Ryan season. But he made the playoffs. He's at the very bottom of the playoffs though, so it's kind of lucky that he's a B tier. I would almost put him in C tier, honestly, but we'll give him B for consistency. All right. Speaking of consistency, we have Asian Toddler. If you watched the pitch black version of the video me and Ryan did a few weeks back, I think it was for like week 8 or 9, Ryan said something about Josh as far as or on the lines of he should know better. Josh, like, you could understand if, like, you know, Corey or myself or Matt were doing bad, but Josh doing bad, he should know better. He's a former champion. He's been to the playoffs a lot, and he's supposed to be a big, fantasy football veteran, fantasy veteran in general. And yeah, could not agree more with Ryan stating that he should do better. I don't think he did a whole lot of trades either. I don't know if he just didn't really care this year because there wasn't any money involved, or if he was just busy in life in general, whatever. But yeah, I think a definite F tier for Josh. It just wasn't the same this year. I don't even care to look up who he beat. I think he beat Pat off the top of my head, and I think JoJo beat him. I don't remember who the other person he beat was. I can tell you that it wasn't me though. Uh, yeah, I don't feel like bother looking up the stats, but I mean, just like I said, he never really traded. I don't think he traded at all, honestly, to try to make his team better. He had a lot of Eagles players too. I don't know if that was it, but yeah, definite F tier for Josh. Just he did not really play like how he should. All right, next up is Schlofield. Like we said, Schlofield is a constant uh, playoff team. 8-5. We got a lot of 8-5 teams, but he's the fourth ranked team. I think the only weakness he has really is you could argue that his bench isn't really that deep. But with Mahomes and Justin Herbert, I think he's got two solid quarterbacks there. Then he's got Dalvin Cook and David Johnson. David Johnson kind of been shaky, but Dalvin Cook definitely has stepped up this year. Well, I guess not really stepped up, but just continued to show like how dominant he can be. Tyler Lockett out here, doing pretty good. He's had a bunch of good games. Terry McLaurin, pretty good. Looks like he's questionable, but oh, and then Tyler Boyd has been picking up hot hands. But yeah, so I mean, he's just really consistent. He's in the playoffs. We kind of all figured he'd be there anyway. Um, he kind of been just chilling though. He kind of been just there. I think I definitely not a C, but kind of a low B, maybe a mid B. I don't know. He just kind of been there, kind of vibing, just existing. But I mean, he's just doing his thing. Like I said, he's really consistent, and he got to where he needed to be. He's not doing anything less or more than what he should be. He's just out there doing his thing. So B tier for his season. We'll see if he can win it all. I'm sure that we all think that Colin's probably the favorite, but if anything, I would put money. If I'm putting money on anybody other than Colin, it probably would either be Rob or Schlofield, and unfortunately, they have to play each other. So I think they have probably the two best quarterback tandems, though, Rob and Schlofield. Alright, who else do we got? Alright, next up is Pat. And Pat finished the season 4-9. He went a lot of the season without Christian McCaffrey. He also went a lot of the season without a good quarterback, it looks like. Who the hell was his other quarterback? He's got Cole McCoy and Joe Flacco. What the hell? Oh, maybe he had Mitch too. I think he had Mitch Trubisky, and then he picked up Nick Foles for a while, and then Foles turned out to be trash, and then Trubisky became the starter again, but he had already dropped him or something. So yeah, I don't know about all that. It looks like he does not have a quarterback for the upcoming matches. Good thing he's not in the playoffs anymore, or ever was rather. He had some good players though between AJ Brown and Calvin Ridley, Juju kind of never was really good this season. It sounded like he had a couple of there was like a 4 week span where he was really good, 13-10, 18-18, but other than that, it's been low numbers. Week 1 he put up 21, but that's the most he's put up since then. DeAndre Swift, he's looking he was looking decent for a little bit. Put up about 10 points for the first 2 weeks. He'll probably be like a Dalvin Cook. Probably be a lot better next year. But yeah, Pat, kind of like Schofield, just out there, just been existing, but not in a good way. You just play him. You're like, who the fuck is jacks off a lot? Like, who the fuck is that? Who is this person I'm playing? Pat, I don't think Pat made a lot of moves this season, but I think the biggest thing that messed his season up was he didn't try to replace Christian McCaffrey. He kind of just went with the blows, let Ryan get Mike Davis, and just run wild with that. So we're gonna put Pat in the D tier. Like he was just vibing, but not in a good way. So put him down there. Next up, we got my boy Rob. Now, like I said, Schofield with Mahomes and Herbert, and then you got Rob with Watson and Josh Allen. He's also got Tua. So Josh Allen is a GOAT now. Like, Josh Allen finally is being the player that the Bills fans wanted him to be. And to go along with that, when the hell did Rob get Derek Carr? Oh yeah, he traded Matt. Oh yeah, Rob doesn't even have Watson anymore. That's right. Yeah, he traded Watson for Derek Carr. Yeah, I take that back about Rob and Schofield having the best quarterback tandem. I mean, I guess Derek Carr's not bad, but he is the 13th. Let me see what Matt is. Where's Matt at? Let's see where it's Watson. Yeah, Watson's 6, so I don't know. Okay, so I mean, again, Josh Allen is good. Derek Carr's not bad. Tua looks promising. I don't know. Rob's team, I mean, it's good enough to get him into the playoffs. I haven't really been paying attention to a whole lot of things that everybody else has been doing, but oh yeah, that's right. Rob got Michael Thomas too. That's probably another trade I shouldn't have let happen. Yeah, it looks like Rob's only real weakness though is running back. Well, I guess that's not really a big weakness, but I mean, he's got Derrick Henry, he's got James Conner, but then other than that, he doesn't really have anybody like big named besides Frank Gore, which But I think with CeeDee Lamb like actually playing really good again, and then Michael Thomas kind of getting back on track. He was hurt for a lot of the season, didn't play a lot, but he's been getting back into the groove of things. Even without Drew Brees, he's still kind of doing pretty good. Other than that, I mean, Rob doesn't have any like big superstar players. Aguilar, Slayton, Benny Snell Jr. Just not a whole lot of there. Not a whole lot of big guys there. And sometimes that doesn't matter usually in fantasy. You don't have to have the big star. It's usually like some random ass guy that's gonna get you the big points. So I think Rob and Josh's match will be really exciting. I think it's all going to come down to the quarterback play. If Josh Allen and Derek Carr can put up 30 points for Rob, like they did last week, Rob should have it in the bag. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, fucking Josh Allen put up almost 40, and Derek Carr put up like 37, I think. So, yeah, 37. So if they can do that again, it should help. Because Mahomes only put up 20, 22. Justin Herbert only put up 2. So Justin's playing against Atlanta, so he might have a little bit better, air game. And then Mahomes is playing against Miami. I don't think Miami has a good defense still, but Josh Allen has Pittsburgh, who just lost to a football team that doesn't have a name, and then Derek Carr's got Indiana. So it is kind of tough matchups, but if they can overcome the odds, I think Rob wins. If his quarterbacks can outscore Mahomes, I think Rob gets the dub. Because I think Rob has the better running back tandem too. So I'm gonna put Rob also in the B tier. He's done a solid job, made some moves, and despite having a little bit extra help there running back, he's got some pretty good ones. All right, moving on from Rob to his boy Nate, nasty Nate. Nate, unfortunately, and there was a time when I believe it was like Colin and Ryan and Nate, they were all undefeated, and I thought that Nate would be the one to end Ryan's streak, and that did not happen. Ryan actually ended Nate's. Nate suffered a lot of injuries. Nate would probably have been in the playoffs had he not suffered as much injuries as he did. He lost, what's his name? He lost Dak. I actually don't even remember who else he lost, but he lost Dak, and losing Dak is kind of what hindered him the most. When Dak went down, it was a struggle for him to try to find a quarterback. I don't remember exactly what he ended up doing. But he had Tua for a while too. He dropped Tua, let me pick him up. I don't remember if I even ever started Tua. I think I did actually. I think I started Tua one week. I think Tua is actually what helped me beat Ryan. But yeah, once he lost Dak, it was a struggle and a race to find a quarterback. And it's that issue with Dak that really made me realize that, yeah, we're definitely not fucking doing two quarterbacks ever again. If we lose 4 teams and we go to an 8-team league, then I can see using 2 quarterbacks. But nah, it's 12 teams, even 10. Nah, you can't do 2 quarterbacks. But yeah, Nate, he had a really good team. He's got Aaron Jones and Amari Cooper. Right now he's rocking Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff. So he's won some games around, here and there, but unfortunately he was not able to make it into the playoffs. The cards didn't play into his favor. However, I don't want to say that Nate is in the C tier, and I don't want it to seem like I'm overclogging the B tier, but I think despite what happened to Nate's team, I think he recovered pretty well and was able to try to put up a good fight to get back into the playoffs. Unfortunately, it didn't work for him, but unlike some people who shall not be named, Tommy, he didn't give up. And I know Tommy didn't give up this year, but I'm just talking about in years prior. Most people, once they lose like some key guys, are just like, oh, geez, I can't do it anymore. Nate was actively trying to get his team back under control, and unfortunately, the luck just wasn't on his side. But you can't knock the guy for trying. And like I said, he was almost there. He was, I think, the eighth team, so he was just right there behind Matt. And speaking of Matt, no, it's me again. Where the hell's Matt? I think it's just me and Matt that I need. Or I'll find Matt. There's Matt. I think that's Matt. Yep, that's Matt. Put me back over there. Oh, I still gotta find Joe. I don't know what I do with JoJo. Probably gonna have to pause the video again to find. This is why I don't like doing the shit where they're off to the side. Because then you gotta find them. Whoops. I think that's Joe right there. Yeah. Alright, so we bring Joe and Matt in. I guess we'll do Matt first because we were kind of on the topic. Matt played really good this year. There were some kind of, I don't want to say questionable, but there were some kind of questionable moves that Matt made. He was really adamant about holding on to a lot of his players early on. And, I get it. He was playing really good. But the fact of the matter was that he did not have Michael Thomas. I don't remember when Michael Thomas came back, but there was like 5, 6 goddamn weeks that Matt did not have Michael Thomas. Um, he was stacked at running back. I remember he had like 3 or 4 really good running backs. Uh, I remember when I lost Eckler and I was starting to look for running back, and lost Dak, so Zeke was kind of regressing. Um, I don't know. I feel like if Matt would have made moves a little bit earlier, he might have been better off. But I don't know. I mean, he played really well. He was in the same position as Nate had. I don't know if he would have beat Rob. I don't. I think he might have made it into the playoffs. I'm not 100% because, like I said, he was 7 and he beat Ryan. So I don't. I don't know if he also would have been 8-5. I guess I can just look at that real quick. Uh, Go back to the playoffs. Yeah, yeah. Matt would have been 8-5, so he might have. If he would have beat Rob, I think that the way this would have worked was Matt would have been in the playoffs. Maybe. I don't know if Matt and Rob would still be in the playoffs, or if Matt and Ryan would still be in the playoffs. Again, I don't remember if it looks at like the head-to-head points or whatever. But if or no, yeah, no, Rob would have had to been out. Yeah, if Rob would have lost, he would have been 7-6. So that would have kicked Rob out of the playoffs. Ryan would still be in, assuming. Or yeah, Ryan would still be in even though he lost to Tommy. But he would be Ryan would be the 5th team, or maybe Ryan would still be the 16th since Matt has the win over Ryan. But yeah, Matt would have been in the playoffs if he would have won. And I guess Nate maybe too. Did Nate lose this week? Just want to see. No, Nate won. I guess when Nate lost to me the week before, that's what really kicked him out of it. Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, Matt was 1 win away, and he was leading against Rob for a little bit. So yeah, Matt could have made the playoffs. I'm gonna I'm gonna overclock B a little bit again. I'm gonna put Matt here in the B tier. I think he did a really good job managing his team this year. Uh, there were some questionable trades kind of there towards the end. I don't really know about the whole Deshaun Watson, Derek Carr, Michael Thomas thing. I have to look again who all was involved in that, but I don't know. I think he traded Peyton Barber, or not Peyton Barber. I don't know. He traded some Terrence Jones. I don't know what the hell his name was. Ronald Jones. There, Ronald Jones. He traded Ronald Jones one time earlier too, and I was just like, I could have gave you a better deal than that, but it's whatever. I think he still did a really good job. Like I said, he's one win away. Matt would have been in the playoffs. So Matt, you did a good job this year. Now Joe on the other hand, he was our reigning champ. Excuse me. Um, he didn't make it this time around. He's sitting at in the playoff bracket. He's sitting as the 9th team at 5-8. Let's just take a quick peek at how his stuff went out. He won, lost, one, lost, one, lost, one, lost, one loss. So yeah, he went on a 3-game losing streak. He lost to yours truly. He lost to Pat. He lost to his brother. Oh, he did lose to little Josh. Okay, so Toddler's 2 wins come from him beating Joe and Pat, I believe. So yeah, that's it's unfortunate. Um, I know he kind of had. Well, not I actually know that. I don't know if he had issues too with losing players and whatnot, but we've kind of all had that, you know. Well, Chris Carson was hurt for a while. He got my sloppy seconds and Zeke Elliott, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, I don't know what actually happened to his team. I don't remember what he was complaining about, you know, at the time when stuff happened. But uh, yeah, unfortunately for JoJo, he was not able to repeat. Have we ever had a repeat champion? Is it Justin? Justin win twice in a row? I don't remember if Ryan won twice in a row either. I'm sure Justin probably did win twice in a row. Piece of shit. But yeah, so Joe, we're gonna put Joe in the C tier. I'm gonna put Tommy above him too, because I know it's gonna make him mad. Yeah, how long is this video? 30. Oh, well, that's probably time to wrap this up. It's be long as hell. All right, so finally, look at me. I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, I'm gonna be this guy. I'm putting myself in the S tier because think about it. I told this to Ryan the other day because I had a little conundrum. I didn't know if I wanted to play Julio Jones or Wayne Gallman at my flex position. It's a good thing I played Wayne too, or else I would have lost. But yeah, Ryan was like, he's like, I don't even know what's going on in fantasy. I haven't checked my phone in like weeks or whatever, or all week or whatever the hell he said. I told him if I beat Corey this week, I will be the number 2 seed. And Ryan responded with, that is a sentence I never thought I would read. Something like that. I could look at the exact text, but I don't feel like doing it. I'm on a 6-game win streak. I'm going to check that, actually. I want to know if I believe it's a 6-game win streak. Schedule. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I'm on a 6-game win streak. Who would have thought that the guy who lost 2 games in a row at the beginning of the season, won 2 games, or no, I won 3 games, and then lost 2 more games, would then go on to be the second best team in the league. Mind you, I didn't do any trades with Ryan this year, so that's probably what helped me out. But I did make some trades. And I made some pretty damn good ones. I think the best trade I made would have to either be the Joe Burrow, Ezekiel Elliott, and for Julio and Aaron Rodgers, or my personal favorite, trading Tua and Emmanuel Sanders to Rob for, or Tua, trading Emmanuel Sanders and Tua to Rob for Justin Jefferson and Wayne Gallman. Wayne Gallman has been fucking killing it since I got that man. He has scored a touchdown in literally like every single game. Put up like 15, 13, 17, you know. He's put up a lot of numbers. He is one of the main reasons that I've been winning a lot of these games. And then now Cam Akers is starting to shine, so it's a good thing I never dropped his ass. Justin Jefferson is just amazing. I got Robinson from Corey. I think Corey might have got over a little bit on me with that. I guess Duke Johnson's not really playing anymore, but I think Debo, I don't know. Robinson has scored. Robinson did score like 20 points for me, though, so I mean, maybe, you know, we'll see what happens with that. But now with Eckler back, you know, I got a little bit of wiggle room with running backs. Cooper Kupp's kind of been but yeah, I made some moves that were pretty good for myself. I picked up Taysom Hill. I was lucky on that because I was like, you know what? There's so many people in front of me. I know that they're going to take Winston. So I was like, let me take this Hill dude just in case. Winston is garbage. And then my backup was to trade Curtis Samuel to Tommy to get Cam Newton. So that way, even you know, if Winston does start and they don't utilize Hill at all, well, at least I got Cam Newton to help me out. So yeah, that 1 week I played Matt. I think I almost still lost to Matt, but I had three quarterbacks and I still almost lost to Matt. So that's just another testament of how good Matt managed his team this year. Oh yeah, Stephon Diggs. Like he's kind of been slowing down though. Diggs, my namesake guy, but Logan Thompson really helped me out this week. And the Steelers defense, that was probably one of the best draft picks I got too. The Steelers defense has been great this year. I think there's only been a few weeks where they haven't been very good. Yeah, against Tennessee they only scored 2 points, and then Washington 4. So other than that, it's been about almost 10 points a game. See, they're averaging 10.9 a game. So yeah, so we'll see how much I can make this playoff run go. This is my first time making the playoffs in the Meathead League, and I think like I said, y'all wouldn't have expected this. So you gotta meet me on this. Me being S tier, there's no way in hell y'all thought that I was gonna be in the playoffs, let alone the second best team in the league. So I think I kind of deserve some kudos for that. But yeah, so this is the tier list. This is the final season. Well, this is how everybody's season played out pre-playoffs. Once the playoffs are over, I guess I can take a look at that and see how the playoffs ran for people. But I mean, you're obviously gonna see how it ran anyway. But yeah, this is where I think everybody's season pre-playoffs is. So yeah, well, this might be the last time you hear from me on these videos. It might not be. This video's too goddamn long. Let's be honest, nobody's watching this shit all the way to the end anyway. But if you are, thanks you guys. Really appreciate it. And glad that we could do this season again. And all jokes aside, hope to have a real life draft party with you guys next season, so that way we can all get together again. Those that are able. But yeah, all right. I'll see you later.